Kids will be kids. They can get so wound up in what they're doing that they sometimes can't seem to find the off switch. Most of the time, we need to get involved and help them settle down. For kids that are 12 and under, that's what timeout can do. For older kids, you might want to skip to the next topic on privilege removal. Before using timeout, there are some things that need to be done. Pick a quiet and safe room, figure out how long a timeout will be, and have a timer ready. Explain to your child how timeout works before you use it. A couple other things to remember are, stay calm even if your child resists, and remove yourself as soon as you set the timer. Okay, so let's take a look at how a timeout works in action.
So how did it go at work?
Oh, pretty good. You know this new guy, Javier?
Uh-huh.
Oh, he's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
What time is it?
It's almost 8. Time for your show?
Yep. Mom, can I have some juice to drink in the living room?
Sure, as long as you're careful. The juice is in the fridge. So the new guy's working out really well.
Yeah, he's good. It's good to have some help. Maybe I'll have some time now.
I was just pouring it. It fell.
It's all right, Carlo. Accidents happen. Let me get you something to clean it up with.
But I'll miss my show.
No, you won't. It will just take a minute.
It wasn't my fault. I shouldn't have to miss my show.
You won't. Here, this'll help.
No!
Hold it. You need to clean this up.
No, I don't.
Carlo, you can either stay here and clean this up, or you can go to timeout. Those are your choices.
It wasn't my fault.
You're not doing what we ask. That's a timeout.
Fine! My show's gonna be over!
Roberto and Gino were clear and calm when they asked Carlo to clean up his accident. It was only after Carlo refused that they gave him a timeout. They didn't get sidetracked by debating whether or not Carlo spilled the juice on purpose, and they didn't feel that they needed to give in because Carlo wanted to watch his show. Even though it was hard to leave the spill until after timeout, Roberto and Gina made sure that Carlo cleaned up his mess. It's important that Carlo took some responsibility for his actions. When I was raising my 2 boys, I don't know how many times I said something like, "If you'll clear the table and do trash tonight, I'll handle the dishes alone." Or, "Let's work together to get these leaves raked and picked up so we can watch the Raiders game on TV." In a sense, we made a verbal contract. If they helped me, I'd help them, or we could do something fun together. The contract was simple, short-term, and clear. You've probably done something similar in the past. But when you're faced with difficult behavior, it's a little too simple, and you need a longer-term agreement, something in writing. A written contract is a proven way to improve behavior. Let's visit a family and see what steps are needed and how it's done.
Angela! Angela, you're going to be late.
All right, I'm coming. Have you seen my binder? Have you seen my binder? I can't find it.
It's right here. Look, it's 10 after 8. You've missed the bus again.
Will you give me a ride?
What, and be late again? This is the second day this week that you've missed the bus. You need to get up earlier.
What's all this yelling about?
She's missed the bus again, and I'm not going to be late.
Will you give me a ride? I have a science test this morning.
No. I can't be late for work either, Angela. This has got to change.
Tony and I have put up with Angela not getting to the bus on time for too long. Nothing we've said seems to make a difference. We're going to try something new, a behavior contract. The problem is that Angela is not getting to her bus on time. We decided to list the steps we thought she needed to fix this problem. For example, it would help if she got everything she's going to take to school the next day ready and by the door by 10 the previous night. We also thought she would need to get up by 6:45 so she could be dressed by 7:30, then eat breakfast, clean up, and be ready to leave the house by 8. If she can do all this and change her behavior to get to the bus on time, we're going to give her more phone time as a reward. Writing down what happens every day lets Angela know how well she's done, gives us the chance to encourage her, and gives us all something to refer to when it's time for a reward.
Start with an easy behavior that you know your child can do and make sure it's something that's really clear-cut. For example, Angela either catches the bus on time or she doesn't. Break down what you want done into smaller steps. Think about it first, then talk about it with your child. Come up with steps that work for both of you. It's important to understand what it means to complete each step. For example, Angela's steps included having her things for school ready the previous night, getting up, getting dressed, and being ready to leave the house. For a younger child, you might give a simple reward as each step is completed. That can be a real motivator. Write down exactly when the behavior needs to be done. That way you know when to check to see if it got done. Angela's goal was to be accomplished every morning in order to catch the bus that day. This is how you keep track of what happens on a daily basis. Each day your child is successful, mark it down. If he is not successful, leave the square empty. Do not make negative marks. For example, Angela does all her steps correctly but is late getting to the bus, so she does not get a mark for that day. Or if she doesn't complete all the steps in order but does get to the bus on time, she will get a mark. Make the reward something your child really likes. Otherwise, it won't be very motivating. Rosetta and Tony know from experience that Angela loves to talk on the phone, and an extra hour of phone time will sound good to her. Kids can get on board with behavior contracts. They want structure in their lives, even though it doesn't always seem that way. The thing is, you have to be careful how you present the contract to them. It's important to set aside some quiet time with your child. Start on a positive note by talking about the good things your child is already doing. Bring up the contract as a way to earn rewards for good behavior. Then tell him all about it, in words he can understand. Tell him what behavior you want to see, the steps you think will help, when it should be done, and what kinds of rewards you have in mind. Even if your child doesn't go for it, don't be discouraged. Just tell him you're going to do your part, that you'll pay attention and reward him if you see the behavior you've asked for. Then stop talking about it and see what happens. Be consistent, stick with it. That's the most important thing.
Thanks for helping me clean up. Hey, did you like that chicken? I never made it that way before.
Yeah, it was good. Have you seen my 17 magazine?
You're not running off anywhere, are you, Angela? Have a seat and let's talk for a few minutes, okay?
Here it is. I was gonna call Jen.
Would you mind calling her a little later? We'd like to talk to you for a while, okay?
Okay. What's this all about?
Angela, you do a lot of good things around here. You help me in the kitchen, you do all the laundry.
Which I hate doing.
Yeah, I know you do, but you do it, and you do a good job. You don't like cleaning your room either, and you've been doing a good job of that, too.
Okay, so where's this going?
Look, we want to just talk about the morning routine. We'd like to see it run a little smoother, and we'd like to see you make the bus on time every day.
Honey, we're not here to give you a hard time. We simply want to talk about ways for you to catch the bus in the morning and things we can do to reward you for it.
Hey, I don't need any help. What are you gonna do? Brush my teeth and feed me?
No. But we considered that.
No, of course not. We just thought if we wrote down what needed to be done and when, it might be helpful.
You've got to be kidding.
What's the matter?
My last foster parents did this, and they put it on the refrigerator, and I got a gold star every time I was a good little girl. I'm not a child anymore. I don't need your gold stars.
No, Angela, we don't want to treat you like a child, and we certainly don't want to give you gold stars.
Honey, it's not like that. Let's give it a try.
So what do you want me to do?
Look, we're talking about one very specific issue, missing your bus, right?
So?
Well, we thought that if you packed everything you needed for school in your bag and set it by the front door by 10 p.m. the night before, well, that would give you enough time, right?
I guess so.
Great. You could set your alarm, be up by 7. You could be dressed and ready for breakfast by 7:30, couldn't you?
A half an hour to get dressed, do my makeup and my hair? No way.
Well, you're right. Would 45 minutes be enough time? That would give you a half hour to have your breakfast, clean the dishes, brush your teeth. Yeah, you could be out the door by 8 o'clock. Would that be enough time?
I suppose. Well, wait a minute. That means I have to get up at 6:45. That's way too early.
But you just agreed that you needed that much time to make the bus on time, right?
I don't need this. I'm an adult and I can figure it out for myself.
Look, how about this? How about if every day you make the bus on time, you get the phone for a half an hour that evening? How about that?
Every day?
Well, every day you make the bus.
And if I miss the bus?
Then you get your normal 10 minutes in the evening, just like now.
Yeah, okay, I guess. More phone time would definitely be cool.
Good. Where should we put it where we can all see it?
Not on the refrigerator. I don't want anyone seeing this. How about we keep it in my room?
Well, you can have a copy of it in your room to remind you of what you've agreed to and when, but we're going to need a copy to mark on when you've made the bus on time.
Okay, but not where everyone can see it.
Well, let's see. How about we put it inside the cupboard door next to the refrigerator? It's out of sight, but easy to find.
Okay, but no gold stars, please.
Nope, we promise. Now, let's fill this out.